it's me. Alright. Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner. Classic, less non-classic. This is episode number 2805 and episode number 2699. Well, I was planning to have this series replace Nova, but I figured they'll have this tab open. Why not do this series? This was like much longer to get this one, so I figured though I'd bring this one back. Yeah, we're here discussing Howard the Duck, the complete collection, book number 3, which collects issues 2 through 7, Howard the Duck Volume 2, along with Crazy Magazine 59, 63, and 65. What happens in the course issues? Bit of sci-fi stuff in here. It's more comedy. By the way, on the cover, if I can tell, that's clearly Donald Duck on the cover. Yeah, but they probably want to show his face in order to avoid a lawsuit from Disney. That's my guess anyways. Here are your creative team for the book. Bill Mansell, Mark Greenwald, Len Graham, Michael Wiss, and Roger Stern. Artwork by Gene Colan, John Bushman, Rebecca Golden, Jerry Bingham, Mary Severin, Nit Santang, Vint Alcor, Pat Broderick, and Co. A couple of the inkers are very familiar to some people. Bob McLean and Claude Johnson. Not a lot happens over the course of these issues, but with next book, I'll be capping out Volume 2 and Volume 1 for the book. It's okay. Give the book roughly a 8.5 out of 10. Next up, we have some Morbius. Yes. Another book I decided to bring back. Yes. Sorry about that. Okay. So, with this particular book, we're here discussing issues. Now, I've already reviewed issues, the first 12, along with 16 and 17. We're discussing issues 13 to 15 and 17 to 32 for the book, basically capping out this whole series. Oh. Excuse me. So, basically what happens, of course, issues, well, first question you might ask, now, by the way, this issue, along with the next couple of issues, these 3 issues published between Midnight Massacre and, Siege Darkness. That's basically, so Marlene is back in issue 13, and she's returning from vampire. She's got white skin now. Yeah. Yeah, aside from the fact you have Marlene come back here, it's like you basically also have Doctor Strange and Jack Russell. Yes, the Wearer by Night is a recurring character in Morbius. For reasons. Martine, who is actually Morbius' fiance, they never officially got married. No. And she's back in the book for us in issue number 9. And she's here from this point forward until, like, the final issue. Yep. Yeah, also, guest appearance by Doctor Strange and, of course, We're Up by Night. Yeah, we also have Lilith in these issues. Yeah, her whole thing is that she's here to subsiege Darkness. That is literally the reason for it. Excuse me. As for why in the world that you have Wear It By Night have be a recurring character briefly in Wear It By Night, which at issue 15 he just pops up Arkham Presents, Menace Unlimited, he's back in his book for 2 more issues, and then he gets a solo book. He doesn't do a lot here. Not really. Lilith herself is basically one of those main villains of this particular storyline, basically in Midnight Suns books. She's described as like the Queen of Demons. Yeah. And she's back in this book for like one issue, and then actually she's back here for like this issue, and then she just appears all over the place until she came back in a different book. You also have Dark Old Dwarf, which is another character associated with her. Yeah, and he is basically a villain for the Dark Old people. Yeah, this is only one of two appearances he made in this entire book. There was issue 29. By the way, Gregor Wright and Ron Wagner on the writing here. So, and then of course you have Marlene, like, it's like she's basically like the main villain here. Of course you have Ghost Rider appear here too, who, yeah, in between is probably just after the whole Road to Vengeance stuff. It's probably like in between, basically, what Dan catches up to in his own book. Yep. And then, skipping over Siege Darkness, we're going straight to issue number 18 here. Excuse me, where they keep the... Excuse me, they keep Mrs. Logo. Also, the Wrath appears in this book. Yes, the Wrath. Thinking, wait a minute, wasn't he dead? Wasn't he killed by Katie's? He was. It's like they brought him back here for 2 issues after he got killed off in the issue of Captain America, and then he just disappears until he popped up in Punisher. The whole thing is basically just like basic comic experience. We have heard about the Mike Collins Deathlock. Yeah, he appears there for about a few issues. And then, like, right afterwards, we debut the guy Bloodthirst. Yeah, this is basically the guy who's been possessing him. Yeah, basically Bloodthirst has been possessing him since issue 14. Yeah, and then this issue basically brings him out, and he gets destroyed. Then we have the Dance of Hunters arc, which is a 3-part story arc. Main villain is a guy named Vic Slaughter, who's kind of like a guy who looks like the American version of like Michael Morbius. He first appeared in issue 6 of this book, and he's back in this book for the first issue of 11, and he's here just for the story arc, where I think he dies. I mean, no, he just stops appearing. There's even silhouette here of Spider-Man on this regular cover here. Yeah, and then after this one issue, he's not appearing again to Wolverine, the Best There Is, and they popped up for Gambit, and that was it for him. And then right afterwards, we have Spider-Man appearing in the book with Simon Shroud. Yeah, he was a character from the Creatures Unleashed book. I think he was a character associated with John Jameson, and he became a recurring character in this book. And after issue 23, he would not appear again until issue 29, and that'll be his final appearance to date. Yeah. And of course, basically, he fights Basilisk, which is different character. It's different Basilisk with one appeared in Marvel Team. This is a completely different guy. Yeah. This would be his final appearance ever, because after this, you've never seen again. Yeah, let's fight this guy one time and just basically never seen again. Excuse me. And then we have the Jagged Edge arc, which takes issues 25 to 28. Which supposed to be new direction for basically Morbius. Like he becomes a full-fledged vampire, and he got seeing the sun. And then we have basically issue 29 to 32, which is basically the final issue of this book. First issue, Ash to Ashes. We have guest appearance here. Here's a guest list. Issue 29: Martina, Jacob Warsaw, Martine, Jack Russell, Caretaker, Ghost Rider, Brother Voodoo, Blade, Cloak and Dagger, Spider-Man, Black Cat, Night Watch, Simon Shroud, and Sam Buchan. all because Morbius apparently died, so he had to basically deal with this. And we have a Christmas issue for the penultimate issue of the series. And then, like, the final issue is basically him. It's him basically. It's a they also have a thing where he's like kind of like a doctor at a hospital for the last few issues of the book. Yeah, I don't really know why. Yeah, and in case you're curious though, what the heck happened with Michael Morbius right after this book wrapped up? Well, by the time the final issue came out, he his next appearance won't be until Spider-Man 77. Yeah, that'll be his next special appearance. Final thoughts on the Morbius comic book. It's a really good comic. I do enjoy it. I told a friend of mine that he had a book in the 90s. He had no idea Morbius even had a book in the 90s. And here's the weird thing about this book. Guess out of the entire 32 issues, guess how many are in trade? One. The opening issue. The rest of the book, not in trade. Don't know why it's not in trade. You might be thinking, oh, is it collected in the Michael Morbius omnibus? Excuse me. No, not really. By the way, his next comic will not be published until 2013. A very short-lived comic book, which be served as a second volume book, which was lasted 9 issues. And then he had another book in, I think it was like 2017, I think it was. It's a book called Morbius. And that's it for him. Mostly put Morbius back to be a recurring character in Spider-Man after basically being floated back into there. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is really interesting. Not bad per se, it's just that's kind of what it is. Oh, and the book is going to be replaced with Darkhold. That's the next thing to review here. And then, after I review that, and Blaze Legacy of Blade Blaze, I'll be done with the Midnight Initiative. I reviewed everything for it. So, I give Morbius issues 13-15 and 18-32 a 9 out of 10. Yep. So yeah, that's particularly a particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit this like button. Next up, oh boy, we're wrapping up another book. One book, and both books I'm much more excited to talk about that one than these two books. Okay, next video. Bye.